Don't touch that dial because you are locked into DJ Tarkan.
All right, believe it or not, we're back. We're here from beautiful St. Peter, Ording, Germany, here on the beautiful seaside resort of St. Peter, here at Ostenstrand, which is a very long beach with tons and tons of places to kiteboard. It's a pretty amazing spot. This is just kind of a kiteboarding paradise here. And we are at day 9, number 9, the last day of this massive event here, the Beetle Kitesurf World Cup. And we have been getting through some races today. Unfortunately, we were not able to bring you all the races, but we are going to try and bring you here this last race of the event. It's been a pretty spectacular event overall for freestyle, for air style, and of course for course racing. And particularly right now is a very interesting moment for all these competitors, because for the men, the top 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are pretty much all mixed up. Brian Lake's been dominating here with his first place bullets throughout the week, just getting lots and lots of first places. Adam Cook's been falling behind quite a bit, but as you can see right now, we are underway, and that's the start. We've got Adam Cook been getting 2 first places and 2 second places today, so he's actually been doing an amazing job of getting back, climbing up into the ranks, getting the points that he needs to kind of work his way up the rankings. But right now, battle for second, third, and fourth is pretty much anyone's game. It all depends on this next race. So that is our fleet of racers taking off right there at the starting line. And for our women, it's basically up to this race is going to decide who is going to finish first in the overall rankings. So in pretty exciting times. We've got Ricardo Lasese, Brian Lake, Adam Cook, and of course Johnny Heineken, all battling it out. So this race is going to decide a lot of things. So there's a lot on the line for these racers here. We've got most of the fleet is taking off on, let's see, that would be on their starboard tack. And we had a few racers do a really early tack. It looks like Rolf Vanderflute, Brian Lake, and a handful of other racers have tacked early, trying to get an advantage on a different ley line. But we have yet to see what that's going to pan out for them, because as you know, it's kind of difficult to follow. As you can see, our cameraman's actually having a hard time following. But that is that is Adam Cook right there in that blue kite, followed by, it looks like that is either, I think that's Johnny Heineken following there on the yellow kite out the back. But these guys are reaching out on a very, very long tack, trying to point as high as they can, trying to get to that windward mark first, round it, and then head back down to the leeward mark. And they're going to be running this course 2 times before they actually come to the finish line here at the beach. So the start's pretty spectacular. The finishing can be pretty spectacular, but in between it's pretty hard to follow. But right now, it's really tough to say who's in first place, because all these competitors have taken very different ley lines. But right there, we're focusing on Adam Cook, because he has been the man to watch today with 2 first places and 2 second places. And this could make all the difference for him, because he was not finishing that well earlier on in the week, kind of having a handful of third, fourth, fifth place finishes. So he's definitely redeeming himself today. All right, it looks like we've got some very different tactics going on, and it looks like I'll let you know who the first competitor is to tack towards the leeward mark, and then or windward mark, and then rounding the windward mark. But right now, everyone's still on their trajectories. Got most of the fleet is tacked from their first. Did their first tack very late in the race, and a handful of guys tacked earlier on. So surprising that many of these guys don't kind of just follow the similar lines, especially the guys who are consistently finishing the back. It's kind of surprising that they don't take the lead from some of these top finishers that are finishing consecutively in the top 5. I know I would. If you're not going to be first, you might as well follow the guys who are. But we've got pretty great conditions for racing today. I think the winds are 15 to 18 knots, so these guys are on, some of them are on as big as 13, but some are down quite small. We did have some bigger kites out earlier, but I think there might be a 15 out on the water from some of our bigger riders, but for the most part I think guys are on 13s, 14s, and down to 10-meter kites depending on who they are, so about 14 to 18 knots. And it looks like we had one of our competitors round right there, that north kite, round the mark first. That is probably either Florian Dubois or Olivier Danson, who have been finishing in the top of the fleet quite well. So I think we had actually Johnny Heineken round the mark. Adam has rounded the mark. And Brian Lake just rounding the mark now. That's Brian. That's actually probably Olivier or Florian Dubois. You can see they're working their kite a fair bit to go as fast as they can off the wind. But right now it's looking like Adam Cook is in a pretty good place as he's going fairly deep. Looks like that could be, yeah, Adam in first place. With actually maybe getting overtaken right now by that guy in the north kite right there, sweeping it right there. So a pretty tight matchup between these top two riders. So Adam and Cook and either Florian Dubois or Olivier Danson in the lead. The north kite is a little further off the wind, a little bit closer to the downwind mark, and definitely would say that they've passed Mr. Cook, who is quite higher and actually now falling further back. So we are getting ready for the first competitor to round that windward mark, or the leeward mark on the first lap, and we will try and get verification of which north rider that is, as it is a bit tough to see from here. And looks like Adam Cook's going to be second, and he's definitely a little bit higher from the mark. He's definitely fallen behind a fair amount from his earlier position. right, we've got Adam. Oops. There is no Florian Dubois on this. I don't know why I got his name in my head. But it's Gruber. McGruber. Could be Gruber or it could be Olivier Danson. So our German competitor, Gruber, who's kind of just hasn't done a whole lot of PKRA races this year, but first time I've seen him at an event, and he's doing really well, finishing in the top 5 pretty consistently. And we've got 2 Cabrina kites in the doing quite well in the fleet here up at the pack. I'm sure one of them is Brian Lake, and I'm not sure who the other one is. But you can see those 2 guys right there, those 2 Cabrina kites. One of those is Brian Lake, who's not doing very well this first lap. We've got a pretty big spread from our first place competitor on the North Kite. And the second place is Adam Cook, followed by another North Kite. So I think we've got either Olivier Danson or Gruber in first and third, and then Adam Cook in third. And I think Johnny Heineken is up there quite high. You can see we've got a big portion of our fleet finally rounding that mark and making their way downwind. But that's the guys out in front that you're seeing right now on screen. And we've got very crispy weather today. It is sunny, but it is clear and, well, fairly clear. You can see a lot of big puffy clouds, but nothing like the cloud cover we've had the past few days. And it is, it's cold. It's bitey cold. It's just kind of stings. So, wonderful, wonderful break from the rain we've had. So it's, even though it's cold, it's nice to get that sun on the skin. And the people out here are loving it, as it is summertime here, and it's mid-July. Summertime fun. We did shift our studio from the Volkswagen transporter to the Judges Tower, which, man, I took it for granted because it is crispy and cold and drafty in this Judges Tower. But we've got, you know, pretty good little setup going. But yeah, those judges were not in the lap of comfort as they sat through all those heats, and that is a tough job, making it through all those heats and trying to decide who's going through. Hopefully you guys were able to be with us yesterday at some point and catch some of the action. It was pretty insane freestyle for sure. And some of the air style was pretty impressive too. We've got our air style world champion Remu from Brazil. And our first place woman was Gisela Polito, world champion. So she's got another title she can add to the end of her name. And Renault's got his first. But these guys here are on fire. This is coming down to the wire, and we've just had that first place competitor on the North Kite. I think it's either Gruber or Ozog, perhaps, or Olivier Danson, one of our North riders, in first place, and there's another one in third place. I can't really confirm who it is, but followed by Adam Cook. So Adam Cook is sitting in second place, but there's a pretty good lead between the first and second and third, about 100 meters or more. I think some of those tactics some of the earlier guys took were right on. These first three guys all tacked like right after the start, and the rest of the fleet carried on a fair way down on their starboard tack before tacking. And that is our first place competitor. Let's see if we can get a close up, do some body facial recognition, but not sure I can pull it together. It could be Olivier Danson, it could be Ozog, or it could be McGruber. No, Gruber. I don't know if you've seen McGruber, but pretty funny skit from Saturday Night Live. Kind of a spoof on MacGyver. That one is worth checking out on YouTube. And a pretty good, solid lead. I mean, it would take a pretty bad crash right now for our first place competitor to lose his positioning. Second and third is fair, definitely closer, but I think Adam's sitting pretty good if he doesn't make any mistakes. We've got our first place rider rounding that bottom mark and making his way towards the finish line. So it is going to be exciting to find out who the heck it is. I'm going to say it's Gruber, because he's here in front of his home crowd here. German competitor. I think his dad's actually competing as well, but I'm not sure if it's him or not. Could be Ozog, could be Danson, and that is going to be him crossing the finish line right there. That buoy marking the finish line, between that buoy and flag on the beach is our finish line, and I'm still trying to get a confirmation, and that's Adam Cook right there in the blue Kite coming in, crossing right there in second place. So he's going to be stoked with the way he's ridden today. He's definitely made a pretty big comeback from not a super stellar performance. I think it's Gruber coming in, and that cross first, but there's our third place finisher right there, which is either Gruber, Danson, or Ozog. And in fourth place finishing is Brian Lake, followed by Johnny Heineken and Ricardo Lechese. So that's our top. Okay, we think it was Florian Gruber finishing first. And it would have been Adam Cook finishing second, Olivier Danson finishing third, followed by Johnny Heineken, or Brian Lake, I believe, and then Johnny Heineken and Ricardo Lechese. So let's see. That is Florian Dubois, Florian Gruber from Germany. So that is pretty stellar. I'm gonna try and get some close-up shots of that, but yeah, I'll try and capture some more of this beachside action. So stick around. I'll be back with some more chatter here in just a little bit. right. Well, there you have it. That is the last race of the day and the last race of the event. That's going to wrap it up for us here in St. Peter Ording. We've got amazing week or 9 days of competition in all sorts of disciplines. We've had weather that's ranged from extreme to extremely comfortable, and we've had everything in between, and a lot of great people and a lot of great fun was had for sure. And definitely want to thank Beetle, 21st Century Beetle, Volkswagen, and all the other sponsors that made this event such a wonderful event. And we definitely look forward to coming back next year. But we just finished up some amazing course racing, and it's really going to be interesting to check those results and see who's going to come out on top, because it is anyone's game. There was a lot of jockeying going in there between first, second, third, fourth positions, depending on the results of this last race. I think Kacharu is going to be sealing the deal with her win of the women in this last race, but definitely we'll wait for our race committee to tally all those results and get them posted on the Pro Kite Tour website, as well as on our Facebook and Twitter feed. So check in for that for the up-to-date official results, and we'll keep you posted for sure. But in the meantime, I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and being with us through this event. If you tuned in any other days prior, thanks again for bearing with us and being patient, and hopefully each and every event we will get better on overcoming all these hurdles that we're faced with, and bring you broadcast live and uninterrupted, ideally. Yeah, in the end, it's been an amazing event, and definitely look forward to coming back next year. We will be broadcasting live from our next event in Fuerteventura, Spain, Canary Islands, so please check the Pro Kite Tour website for the information on that. And do try and tune in with us if you can't make it to the beach that day. So anyways, from St. Peter Ording, Germany, and the Beetle Kitesurf World Cup, I'm Dave Taberski, signing off for the event, and look forward to seeing you guys again soon.
What's up? How'd it go? First beat was really good. Bernie and I were pretty launched. First and second I was leading. And then on the last upwind, we had a fun little match race and he got me. So I got second. He sailed a really good race and got a bullet. We're pretty stoked. Good race overall. Fun day.
Okay, how's the condition out there?
Fucking crazy, man. Wind's coming from here, coming from there. Breezy, overpowered, and then like nothing. So it's challenging. You have to be pretty flat. Yeah, you can rip for sure. We're going really fast. There's just a lot of adjusting. You're always kind of adapting to a new puff immediately. You know what I mean? So it's fun. It's hard sailing.
All right, cool.